The ultimate flight experiment, first class versus economy on the same flight. Hello everyone, welcome to Nedvoyage. Now we've all been there, right? Scrolling through flight options, you see economy, and then you see first class, and the price difference just smacks you in the face, thousands of dollars more. And you gotta wonder, is it really worth it? Is it just a slightly bigger seat and a glass of cheap champagne, or is it some next level experience that actually changes the way you travel? I've always been curious, super curious. So, I decided to do something a little crazy, something I haven't seen done quite like this before. Today, we're settling the debate. I'm not just flying first class, and I'm not just flying economy. No, I booked both. That's right, 2 tickets, 1 Austin on the exact same international flight. We're going head to head, moment by moment, from the second I think about heading to the airport until the second I step off that plane. We're going to dissect every single detail, the check-in, the lounge, the seat, the food, the sleep, the service, everything. I'm putting my own money, my own time, and my own sanity on the line to give you the real, unfiltered truth. This isn't just a review, this is an experiment, a deep dive. Is flying first class really worth the thousands of dollars that could pay for another whole vacation? Or is economy just fine if you're trying to save those big bucks and get from A to B? Today, I did the unthinkable. I booked both, first class and economy, on the same international flight to give you the ultimate side-by-side experience. And trust me, you're going to want to see what happens at number 3 on this list because that part blew my mind. Let's go. Alright, let's kick this off with the part that makes everyone's eyes water, the cost. This is where the journey really begins, with that click of the purchase button. So, for this experiment, flying from New York to London, my economy seat, the one that most of us book without a second thought, set me back $650. Not super cheap, not outrageous for an international flight, pretty standard stuff. You know, it gets you there, you get a little bag of pretzels, maybe a movie, if the screen works. It's transportation, plain and simple. Now hold on to your hats. The first class ticket for the exact same flight, the same metal tube flying through the sky to the same destination. That ticket was $3,900 US. Let that sink in for a second. That's not a typo. That's nearly 6 times more. 6. For the same 8 hours in the air. You could buy a decent used car for that, or like 6 more economy tickets to London, or a really nice camera, the kind I like. So the immediate question, the one burning in my brain and probably yours, is what on earth are you paying for with that extra $3,250? Is it gold-plated seatbelts? Do they teleport you to the gate? Does the pilot come back and sing you a lullaby? The price difference is staggering, and honestly, it feels a little bit insane. It's the kind of money that makes you pause, makes you really question the value of, well, everything. Okay, airport time. This is where the rubber meets the road, or rather, where my 2 selves, Economy Austin and First Class Austin, start their very different journeys. At the airport, first class passengers get their own priority check-in and security lanes, while I spent 45 minutes in line at economy check-in. First class 1, economy 0. And let me tell you, that 0 for economy felt long. So picture this. I walk into the bustling terminal, JFK, it's organized chaos as usual. First up, Economy Austin. I head over to the massive bank of check-in counters for my airline, and what do I see? Lines. Oh, the glorious, winding, soul-crushing lines. People with overflowing suitcases, families trying to keep their kids from running wild, the low hum of collective impatience. It's the classic airport scene. I find the end of my queue, and the waiting game begins. I timed it. From joining the line to getting my boarding pass and dropping my bag, it was a solid 45 minutes. 45 minutes. Standing, shuffling forward an inch at a time, checking my watch, scrolling through Instagram to pass the time. The fluorescent lights, the announcements blaring, the general stress of it all. It's not terrible, it's just what you expect. It's the price of admission for affordable travel. You trade time for money. Now let's switch gears. Enter First Class Austin. After my economy ordeal, I did a quick change. Not really, but you get the idea. And approached the first class check-in. It's usually a separate roped-off area, sometimes even a completely different counter section, looking all sleek and calm. And guess what? No line, 0, zilch, nada. I walked straight up to the counter. There were 2 agents there, smiling, looking like they actually enjoyed their jobs. The whole process took maybe, and I'm being generous, 3 minutes. 3. My bag was tagged with a priority label, my boarding pass printed on nicer cardstock. Does that matter? Maybe not, but it's a thing. And I was wished a pleasant flight with a genuine smile. The contrast was stark. It was like stepping through a portal into a calmer, more efficient dimension of air travel. There was no stress, no waiting, no feeling like just another number in a massive herd. Chapter 3, Pre-Flight Paradise, Champagne and Showers versus Gate Chaos. So First Class Austin has breezed through check-in and security. Economy Austin, well, he eventually made it through too, just with a bit more wear and tear. Now what happens next before you even step on the plane? This is where another huge difference emerges. While Economy me sat at a crowded gate scrolling on my phone, First Class me was sipping champagne, eating a gourmet meal and showering before the flight. If pre-flight comfort matters to you, this is a game changer, and game changer is an understatement. Let's paint the picture for Economy Austin. After clearing security, you head to your gate. And what do you find? Usually a sea of people all vying for those uncomfortable metal and plastic seats. You hunt for a spot, hopefully near a power outlet that actually works. It's noisy, it's crowded, kids are running around, people are talking loudly on their phones. You buy an overpriced bottle of water and a sad-looking sandwich if you're hungry. You're basically just waiting, killing time. It's functional, but it's far from luxurious. I found a seat eventually, kind of squished between a guy manspreading and someone FaceTiming at full volume. The Wi-Fi was spotty. I scrolled through my phone trying to ignore the general hubbub. This is standard. This is what 90% of us experience before a flight. It's fine, it gets you on the plane, but it's not exactly an experience you look forward to. It's a means to an end, a holding pen before the main event. Now let's teleport to First Class Austin's reality. With my first class boarding pass, I didn't go to the gate. Oh no. I went to the first class lounge. And this, my friends, is where things get different. It's like stepping into an oasis of calm in the middle of the airport chaos. The lighting is softer, the noise level is a gentle murmur, the seating is plush and comfortable, there are actual armchairs and sofas. The moment I walked in, I was greeted, my boarding pass scanned, and welcomed into this haven. First order of business? Food. Forget sad airport sandwiches. We're talking a full buffet spread with hot and cold options. Salads, cheeses, charcuterie, actual cooked dishes, pastries, desserts. And it's all complimentary. I grabbed a plate, sampled a bit of everything. It was genuinely good quality food. Chapter 4. The main event, Cramped versus Castle in the Sky. Alright, the moment of truth has arrived. We're done with the ground experience, it's time to get on the actual airplane. This is where the core of the first class versus economy battle really takes place. Here's the real moment of truth. Economy cramped legroom, middle seat, and crying babies. First class fully reclining bed, chef-prepared meals, noise-canceling headphones, and actual peace. Oh, and did I mention the 5-course meal with real silverware? This is where things get intense. First, boarding. For Economy Austin, it's the usual call. Now boarding zones 4 and 5. A bit of a crowd gathers, everyone eager to get on and find space for their carry-ons. You shuffle down the jet bridge, find your row, and if you're unlucky, like I often am for these experiments, you get the dreaded middle seat. You're already apologizing to your seatmates as you squeeze in. The legroom is, well, it's economy legroom. It exists, but that's about it. The seat itself is standard. It reclines a bit, if the person behind you doesn't have their knees jammed into your back. The armrests are a battleground. You're close to your neighbors, very close. You can hear their conversations, smell their airport snacks, and inevitably, somewhere nearby, there's a symphony of crying babies or someone coughing. It's communal living at 35,000 feet. It's functional, it gets you there, but luxurious is not the word that springs to mind. Now let's switch to First Class Austin. Boarding is a completely different story. First-class passengers are now invited to board at their leisure. No lines, no rush. You stroll down the jet bridge, often a separate one, or you're greeted at the door and personally escorted to your seat. And seat is an understatement. It's more like a private pod, a mini-suite. Mine was enormous, with so much legroom I couldn't even reach the wall in front of me with my feet fully extended. The seat itself, a marvel of engineering. It's wide, plush, and converts into a fully flat bed. Yes, a bed, in the sky. There are multiple storage compartments for all your gear, a massive personal TV screen, and often doors that close for complete privacy. Before we even took off, I was offered a pre-departure beverage. More champagne, naturally, or fresh juice. a warm towel, and a high-quality amenity kit filled with designer toiletries, an eye mask, socks, and earplugs. Chapter 5: Sleep and Arrival, Rested versus Wrecked, the final showdown. We've covered the cost, the airport, the lounge, and the onboard experience. Now for what might be the most crucial part for many long-haul travelers: sleep. And consequently, how you feel upon arrival. In economy, I barely slept. In first class, I got 7 hours of uninterrupted sleep and woke up feeling like royalty. First class me arrived fresh and ready. Economy me, jet-lagged and grumpy. This is where the true value can really hit home. Let's talk about trying to sleep in economy on an overnight flight. It's a challenge, right? You're mostly upright, even with the limited recline. You try to get comfortable, stuffing the airline pillow behind your neck, maybe leaning against the window if you're lucky enough to have one. But every time you start to drift off, someone bumps your seat, or there's an announcement, or turbulence hits. It's tough. I tried my best as Economy Austin. I put on my eye mask, plugged in my own headphones, and attempted to contort myself into a position conducive to sleep. I probably managed a couple of hours of broken, fitful dozing. You know the kind where you wake up with a stiff neck, a dry mouth, and that slightly disoriented feeling. It's not restful sleep. It's more like a brief suspension of consciousness punctuated by discomfort. The lights come on for breakfast service and you feel rough. Your eyes are gritty, your body aches a bit from being cramped, and the thought of hitting the ground running at your destination feels daunting. This is the classic jet lag precursor. You're tired before your day has even begun. It's just the accepted reality of long-haul economy travel for many of us. You power through it. Now let's flip the script to first class Austin. After that incredible multi-course dinner and a movie, I signaled to the flight attendant that I was ready for bed. They came over, and while I popped into the surprisingly spacious lavatory to change into the complimentary pajamas, yes, actual pajamas, they transformed my seat into a fully flat bed. We're talking a proper mattress topper, a plush duvet, and full-size pillows. I lay down, stretched out completely flat, pulled up the duvet, and it was lights out. The cabin was dark and quiet. The noise-canceling headphones blocked out any residual engine hum. I was in my own private, comfortable cocoon, and I slept, for a solid 7 hours, uninterrupted, deep, restful sleep. Chapter 6. The verdict: is first class really worth it? My honest take. So after experiencing both ends of the spectrum back-to-back on the same route, what's the final word? Is first class really worth that massive splurge? The truth is, like most things in life, it depends. It really depends on what you value, what your budget is, and what the purpose of your trip is. There's no single right answer for everyone, but I can tell you what I think after going through all of this. So, is first class worth it if you value luxury, space, privacy, and rest? Yes, it's incredible. The lounge access, the onboard suite, the gourmet food, the attentive service, and most importantly, that lie-flat bed that lets you arrive feeling human. It's a completely different universe of travel. It transforms a potentially stressful or uncomfortable journey into something genuinely enjoyable, even memorable. But, and this is a big but, that price tag is serious. For the cost of one first-class ticket, you could take multiple economy trips, or upgrade other parts of your vacation significantly. If you're budget-conscious, and the destination matters more than the journey, economy gets you there just fine. It does the job. Personally, I'd save first class for special occasions, or when someone else is paying. This experiment was eye-opening. First class isn't just a slightly better seat, it's a comprehensive, top-to-bottom premium experience that pampers you from the moment you step into the airport until you step off the plane. But economy, for all its cramped quarters and lack of frills, is the workhorse that makes global travel accessible to so many of us. It's not glamorous, but it's effective. For me, the biggest takeaway is understanding you're paying for. Now you've seen it, unfiltered. The choice, as always, is yours. What do you think? Would you splurge on first class or stick with economy? Comment below and tell me your dream airline to fly first class with. I'm genuinely curious to hear your thoughts. This stuff is fascinating to me, and hey, if you found this useful, or at least entertaining, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Nedvoyage for more interesting contents.